Constanze Mozart found herself in dire straits economically, with remaining debts and the need to support herself and their 2 children. The unfinished Requiem created a problem. If it was not delivered, not only would she miss the second payment, the advanced payment may also be required to be returned since nothing was delivered. But as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. Constanze came up with a plan. She turned to Mozart's student Franz Xavier Süssmayr, who she asked to complete the unfinished work. He had some scraps of paper with instructions from Mozart which he had given on his deathbed. Süssmayr wrote the remaining half of the Requiem to the best of his ability using these instructions. Constanze and Süssmayr then forged Mozart's handwriting and rewrote the complete manuscript and signed it with Mozart's name. That enabled her to hand over the complete manuscript to the Grey Messenger and thereby receive the second half of the payment from Count von Waldsegg. The Count received the manuscript and immediately began his own forgery of the forged manuscript, rewriting the whole Requiem in his own handwriting and replacing Mozart's name with his own name as the composer. His plan was to attribute the work to himself and conduct it at a memorial service for his deceased wife. He could then take credit for the Requiem, and there seemed to be nothing that could stop him from doing so. Constanze Mozart had already made sure the composition was performed at public benefit concerts in Mozart's name to raise money for her and her sons. She outsmarted the Count by both getting the payment for the partially forged composition, but also by using it to earn money from these public performances, as well as selling printing rights for the manuscript. All of this was in violation of the agreement with the Count. Count von Waldsegg was furious when he found out the composition he had bought was being performed in public using the name Mozart. That led to a legal dispute, but Constanze turned out to be a savvy businesswoman. After a long dispute, they reached a settlement where the Count got some compensation, while the work was publicly attributed to Mozart. As a side note, the Count conducted the Requiem at the memorial ceremony for his wife, with his name stated as composer of the Requiem, out of stubbornness or just to save face. Regarding the cause of death of Mozart, there have been several fictional theories about him being poisoned. In the movie Amadeus, it was suggested to have been done by composer Salieri due to a musical rivalry. However, there is no evidence for that being the case. On the contrary, Salieri and Mozart appear to have been friends. This conspiracy theory may also have been created from several stories told by Constanze Mozart, who talked about the mysterious messenger and that Mozart at the end began to suspect that the Requiem was intended for his own funeral.